2024, 21 billion. We'll check. Unutilized, 21 billion. Tama. Yung sabi niya 21 billion. Tama. 21.
Tama, no?
Tama.
We confirm, sir.
Yeah. And of this unused allocation, 79.4% of this is OSEC.
17 billion is also
79.4%, yes. Tama po, 17.
base sa data ko is actually 61%, Mr. Chair.
Dito sa akin, 79.4% of the unutilized of 21.82 billion is from the OSEC.
Mr. Chair, out of the 17 billion, 5 billion dyan was the contingency fund for the rice na 20. So ang actual unutilized was 12 billion. Of course, yung detalye na naningi ko lang ngayon.
But again, the biggest bulk of unused is in the office of the Secretary po.
Yes, it is majority sa office of the secretary, but the breakdown kasi neto is some sa bureaus and sa regions, sa projects, which we can give the list kung ano yung breakdown nito, Mr. Chair.
Yes po, tama po. Then here, I think Pelmec, with the biggest allocation among the agencies, siguro, recorded the lowest disbursement. In fact, the disbursement is only 14.9% or almost a billion. Pero ang na-obligate po is 6.67 billion. Bakit po maliit ang disbursement as against the obligation po?
Mr. Chair, I would like to defer to Philmec. Alam ko yung sagot in general, but the details are the actual figures na nakakaalam.
Sige, Pelmec, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As regard to the 2023 budget po na pinag-uusapan natin, yun po yun, Mr. Chair. Actually, yun pong nagkaroon po ng misreporting doon, pero na-correct na po by that yung budget po na yun, actually, na-disperse po lahat nung...
Sa ngayon, disbursed na yan.
Opo, disperse na po ngayon, Mr. Chair.
As of today, ha?
Yes po, disperse na po ngayon.
On the PAIF funds, Mr. Secretary, 38.4% of the PAIF funds was utilized for National Rice Program po. Tama ba?
So, pakiulit lang, sir.
Yung PAIF, ano yung PAIF? Provision of Agricultural Machinery, Equipment and Facilities Support Sub-Program. 38.4% of this was used for the rice program.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yan ho yung composting na project ni Madam Cynthia Villar, ni Senator Cynthia Villar, that na-delay namin because we had to redesign yung composting machines na yon and find the recipients, Mr. Chair.
Again po, dito, ang disbursement is only 19%, while the obligation is 86%. Bakit ho na hindi na-disburse when it was already obligated?
From what I understand, medyo na-update ako dyan recently. Delayed yung manufacturing because na-delay yung decision. Yung deliveries ngayon pa lang dinideliver, Mr. Chair, ongoing. So, but basically, almost 100% obligated yan. Then, hindi lang mabayaran because the deliveries are ongoing, Mr. Chair.
I ask this question, Mr. Secretary, because I fully support any motion that your requested allocation be increased, no, in the GAA. Suportado ko po yon. In fact, I was very happy that you have an increase of almost 15% from of your net 2026 as against your GAA 2025. So there is almost a 15% increase. I support that. Ang problema ko lang po, kung magamit natin yung pondo. Yan lang kasi, di ba? Dito nga, maliit pa yung pondo natin, hindi natin nagamit lahat. Hindi siguro logical if we will add more funds na hindi rin natin magamit, di ba po? Tama po ba, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I totally agree with yung findings ninyo and yung approach at hindi natutukan ko rin ho yung ating pag-obligate at paggamit ng pondo. I think as we go along, we're getting better at it, Mr. Chair.
Because the purpose of this budget hearing and budget review ng Committee on Appropriations is to look into the utilization of funds. Whether or not pwede naming dagdagan ang isang agency ng government, pero kailangan din po na maubos yung pirang binigay natin. Di ba? Sayang lang din. Lalagyan natin ng pira, pero hindi natin maubos, di ba? Yes, yun lang po sa...
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. I totally agree, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will now go to Nia. Ang Nia, among your programs, ano ho ang pinaka-importanting program nyo? Irrigation System Restoration Program or yung isa? Yung Irrigation System Development Program? Ano ho yung low-hanging fruit?
Mr. Chair, actually yung restoration program kasi nandoon na po yung ating irrigation facilities, kailangan lang ibalik yung supply.
Tama po. Dapat talaga ang restoration program. In fact, dito sa inyong indicators, yung target to be restored na area ninyo is 25,324 hectares. Di ba po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ang hiningi nyo is 96 billion. Unfortunately, ang nasa NEP ninyo for 2026 is only 15,731,000, which is higher by 16% as against your GAA of 2025. Tama po ba?
Which is, yes po. Yes, sir.
Well, tama ka. Tama po siguro, Mr. Chairman, na ito ay itong Irrigation System Restoration Program is the low-hanging fruit. Madali ho itong punduhan. Ang question ko lang ho ngayon ganito, paano ninyo ina-allocate ito sa inyong mga systems na need for restoration? Paano ho? Anong sistema mag-allocate? Because, Mr. Chairman, I have two national irrigation system in my province, pero mababa ho ang allocation. And many of these areas are need to be rehabilitated already. So ang question ko lang, paano ho natin hinahati-hati yung ating pondo?
Well, actually, Mr. Chair, tinitignan natin. Kasi ang isang consideration po kasi namin dito, malaking problema po ng NIA dito, is that for the past few years po, wala kami yung QRF, Mr. Chair. No? So, tinitignan namin kung ano yung mga may standing crop, tama kayo, kung ano yung malaking area. For 2023 kasi, meron kaming 300 million na QRF, pero ang damage namin was for 2023 po, ang damage natin is 1.5 billion. Meron kaming pondo na 300 million. For 2024, ang damage po natin was 7.9 billion. Ang allocation natin was zero. Wala po. For this 2025, 300 million, pero ang damage po natin is 10 billion. So, nung mag-allocate po kami, tinignan namin kung ano yung mga may damage na. At yun po yung binabalikan po natin.
Pero this time po, you have a program already. That means it is a regular program, funded because you have allocated funds for this program. And you have already identified the area to be restored. Di ba po? Siguro may listahan kayo ng mga areas to be restored all throughout the country. Ang tanong ko lang po, paano nga ninyo i-allocate yun isa-isa? Kasi nakita namin dito sa aming records that Mindanao, which is supposed to be the breadbasket, di ba po? Mahina, maliit lang ang allocations, especially Caraga region po.
Yes, in your district, Mr. Chair, is we have a total of 70 million. Ang aming request sa DBM is 1.5 billion.
Yun nga, 70 million lang po. We have 2 national irrigation system in my province. Tago River and Cantilan River irrigation system.
Yes. Ganito po kasi yan, Mr. Chair. Pag nagbigay kami ng allocation na po sa DBM, yung aming prioritization, dati naman, may merong consultation, bago ibalik sa amin. Pero ngayon po, binabalik nila with their recommendation. So, karamihan po doon sa kanilang recommendation, sinusundan po natin.
Okay, okay na yan siguro yung 2024. But here you have 2026, you have a 15 billion allocation po. I hope sana na this will be equitably distributed. Even that's not equal, equitably distributed lang sa mga areas na nangangailangan din. Remember that my province is one of the rice-producing province in Caraga region.
Mr. Chair, in fact, magandang yan. Next year po, makikipag-usap kami sa DBM para magkaroon muna kami ng consultation so that we can equitably allocate po yung project.
Sana po, kasi kailangan din, hindi lang ang Luzon ang nangangailangan ng restoration po, Mindanao nangangailangan din po. Puntahan ko rin yung farm-to-market roads. As to the regional allocation ng farm-to-market roads, Mr. Chairman, those that got the highest allotments are Bicol, 2.81 billion, Ilocos, 2.19 billion, Central Luzon, 2.06 billion, and Eastern Visayas, 1.92 billion. It can be noted that these regions are not among those with biggest number of proposed FMR based on the National FMR Network Plan 2023-2028. Yun ho ang bakit ho na may disparity when there is may disparity when there is a need sa ibang lugar, but dito lang nakafocus sa mga lugar nito. Paano ho ang selection nito? Paano ho i-identify ang farm to market road?
Well, yung sa, Mr. Chair, yung, depende of course sa production area. Yung Bicol, I can more or less, meron ako isang production area na pinili doon sa Camsur yun. But yung others na binabanggit nyo, depende na yan sa depende na yan sa the number of farmers who will benefit from the projects, vulnerability of the project site, present road conditions, and connectivity linkages to the markets. But yung, just to tell, gusto ko rin kayo inform na actually, nung wala ako, na-submit yung aming FMR when I was, I had my medical issues, Nung pagbalik ko, nung review ko, medyo napansin ko din medyo ganun. So actually, bago ma-print sana, hinabol namin yung konting changes. But the problem was, 1 week yun na bumaha na walang office eh. Then nung Monday na yun na sinubukan ko habulin through DBM, yung aming revised list, sinabi sa akin ni Secmina na pasensya ka na, printed na, mag-issue na lang kayo ng errata. So parang yun ang nangyari, to be perfectly honest, So, meron kaming bagong updated list, and usually naman, ang inisip naman namin, usually nangyayari naman sa when we meet with Congress and Senate at yung final list na doon naman lalabas. So we will try to fix whatever deficiencies pa ang pwede ayusin.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Secretary, because I would suppose that your National FMR Network Plan 2023 to 2028 follows all the requirements po. So ibig sabihin, kung nailigay ninyo doon sa inyong network master plan, nakasunod na po yon sa inyong mga guidelines, di ba po? Yun siguro yung pagkakaintindi ko. Otherwise, this will not be included in your National FMR Network Plan kung hindi nakasunod sa mga guidelines na sinabi mo kanina, Mr. Secretary. I hope, Mr. Secretary, this time tingnan natin ito.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Secretary, Mindanao is one of the biggest land area in the country.